3 p.m. Eastern Time during live free picks for today's action. So make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications. We want you guys live with us. Get the plays in real time and make sure you join us in the chat room. We got folks in there, Lucky Power.
Enjoying the little break. It was a little nice one to have there for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a break here, no doubt. All right, Mindy, we'll get your card here ready to go today. We're going to college hoops to the NIT, the not-in tournament, they used to say here. Bradley taking on Wisconsin here. We see here Wisconsin going to be favored 3, total 127.
Yeah, so we're taking a look at Bradley. They're 8-4 on the road this season, 6-3 against the spread. Wisconsin, they're 9-6 at home, 4-5-1 against the spread here as of late. So basically, Bradley, they're coming into this one where they had been winners of 12 straight before that loss to Drake on Sunday. Wisconsin, on the other hand, they haven't really won any back-to-back games, I think, since about January. So they've been kind of struggling. I think, Bradley's been the one here that's been a little steady, while Wisconsin has been more of this inconsistent team here as of late. So the Badgers, they're averaging 64.9 points a game here. Bradley averages around 70. The Braves rank 60th in effective field goal percentage. Bradley basically outshoots Wisconsin in every category here. They're also 99th in total rebounds with 33 a game, while Wisconsin, they're sitting at 30%. And they also rank 309 here in the NCAA here in rebounds. So basically I kind of think that Bradley can definitely score here on Wisconsin. I know Wisconsin has this really good defense. I think, Bradley probably has a little bit more here to prove. So I think they're basically going to go ahead and be able to get, a lot of rebounds. That's kind of why I pointed that out. I think they're going to get second chance shots here. I think they're going to be able to average close to that 70 points per game that they put up. Again, I don't really think Wisconsin's going to have trouble scoring too much here on the Braves. But just with everything in total, I think this one is going to be able to get over this total of 127 here today, Tony.
All right, Mindy says go ahead and go over the total here in this one between Wisconsin and Bradley, over the total here of 127. Yeah, obviously in this NIT, this is a tournament. Teams like Wisconsin, they want to be in the NCAA.
Wisconsin losing to Ohio State. I really think they kind of had been playing some of their better ball of the season. They've gradually gotten better over the last, 3-4 weeks here of the season. So I think that all kind of factors into it as well. They're playing pretty good ball. Maybe a little bit of lackadaisical defense today. Yeah. Probably a lot of rebounding going on Bradley's side since they kind of excel there. And it's one of those two. Bradley also, they tend to hit the over a lot here on road games. I think they're going to be the driving factor in this because I don't necessarily think, because of the parity, that Wisconsin's going to have too much trouble scoring. So I think we can get over the total here of 127.
All right, Mindy, here on Bradley, Wisconsin, over 127. This one will have a start here of 9:30 Eastern Time. All right, Mindy, once everybody know what you have going over at Tony'sPicks.com. Lots of action today. Of course, 10 from college hoops. We've got also NBA on board, NHL. What do you have going over at Tony'sPicks.com?
Yeah, so I'm waiting on a couple lines here. They've been moving in my direction for the NBA. Haven't put anything in here as of yet. Do like 3 games pretty heavily. I really like these games in the NHL tonight. So it's a good time to maybe check out that package today from me. And then also, I feel like I'm pretty heavy here today in college basketball, coming in with 7 plays here in these play-in games and in the NIT. So it's one of those that I tend to be a little bit total heavy here starting out until we get the parity back, because you have so many conferences that they excel within their conference, but once they reach this better talent that's out there in the other conferences, it's kind of going to be, sometimes hard to tell who's going to be able to basically outmuscle who when you get to those games. But yeah, I think it's a good time here to go ahead and, get with me for the little bit longer term, get through this, NCAA college basketball bracket. and then get into some Major League Baseball here as well. So it's a good time to get in something a little bit longer term and, do the prizes out of the goodness of our heart here in this one. Maybe as we go forward, we can do something. But I know a lot of you guys are probably in a lot of cash pools already. So this one's a lot more fun, just so you can have some bragging rights over the next year here as well. But yeah, don't miss another show, another episode. We had another good one here today. Came up with quite a few consensus picks here today. You can purchase those on the Tony's Pick site as well if you ever miss the show. But don't miss. I mean, who wouldn't want to get all of the latest steam, who the Sharps are on, what the injuries are, who folks in the chat like. Those guys come with their best plays as well. In Morning Steam, I think we're ranking third overall here so far on the Tony's Pick site for the season. So yeah, make sure you join the show. It's every Saturday through Thursday, but this week we will be on Friday. We're going to change it up a little bit because I know you guys feel lost without us. So we'll make sure we get in there on Friday for some of these first round play-in action. And then also, you can find me on Twitter as well at Tony's Picks Mindy. I have another college basketball play for you right there. Those plays have gone out today. So make sure you go ahead and get in on those as well.
All right, go ahead and check it out there on the Discord. We put it up there for you guys. And, of course, get in that bracket challenge. I got mine in last hour ago. Good. So get in there, right. And let's have some fun there in the bracket. That's right. Friday will be here. The next 2 Fridays, Ramon and Mindy, they're going to be off Monday, on that dead Monday. It's usually dead after those after that. After you get swarmed with this college basketball weekend, that Monday is sort of like a whoo. So, right?
Right. Well, these folks in the chat, they're definitely coming for you, Tony. They're going to come with their best bracket challenge to beat you, to beat Ramon. Ramon's already basically calling a shot on this one, so we'll have to see how it plays out for the rest of us.
I know some of them just pick a team round by round. I just went all in. I just went all in already, so I already know who I want and pick my upsets. I've got my Final Four in there, set to go. And don't call me biased, but I might be a little biased on some certain part of the country. But anyway, it's going to shake.
I'm picking mine by color and alphabetical order.
Oh yeah. Oh, I've got some upsets. I think I've got I've got some double-digit seeds going head-to-head in an Elite Eight. I think.
Oh. Yeah. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I've got 2 double-digit seeds.
Sometimes do change it up a little bit in order to get in there for the money.
Yeah, I just think this might be a year where you see some. Like I said, I was talking to somebody the other day. I said, there's no longer upsets. I don't think there's any more upsets in the NCAA tournament. These teams are all good. Even the 17th team that gets in are good. These are all good teams. On your worst day, you face anybody on their best day now, and you're going to lose.
That's right. That's right. You got to come prepared. That's for sure.
And that's how I look at it. So you guys check it out there. All right, Mindy, make sure to get on board with Mindy's 1 month pass. That's what you want to do. Get the month. That's your March Madness package. Just get the 1 month pass and you'll be covered. And of course, the promo code PICK at checkout, you'll save that 15, so at 20% off. All right, Mindy, have yourself a great afternoon. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
All right, I'll be here. We'll see ya.
You got it. Mindy Hahn here on Game Day Picks. Guys, we're with you here on Game Day Picks here Monday through Friday here at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure to like, subscribe, set those notifications. We want you guys live with us, get the plays in real time. And, of course, join us in the chat room. We greatly appreciate that. All right, let's continue on here on Game Day Picks here. We're going to go ahead and bring in Ramon Scott right now. As my switchboard is off right now, so I am manually directing this 300-plus scene show. So I've got to refamiliarize myself with where the 2 scene is, where I'm at, where all this little graphics we put together. All right, because we're about ready to bring in Ramon. I may just bring Ramon and just get him right to his game. The way things are shipping out right now. So let's see here. Let me see if I can find him. Oh, we're going to go on this white 2 shot. I've never used this one before. Ramon, what's happening?
Yeah, Tony, just going over my brackets here, I go by the most ferocious mascots in each matchup.
There you go. Ramon Scott with the ferocious mascots in each matchup. There you go. Have you got into it yet?
I have several, a couple contests out there.
Well, we don't care about those. We're talking about the morning steam one.
No.
All right. Well, that's what you're waiting for.
Extra research.
Extra research.
Dinner.
He wants that dinner. So let's get the game up so we can get that bankroll rolling tonight. And we got to fix this odds here. We're getting our odds provider screwing up on this game. But anyway, Colorado here facing Seton Hall. Colorado is going to be laying 4 in this one, and the total sits at 135.
Yeah, Seton Hall going to Boulder on short notice. That sounds like a nice trip for you or I, but not for a basketball team. Going into that altitude, we'll see how it affects the Hall. They rarely travel very far east in their conference. Of course, they got to go to a few locales, maybe kind of in the upper Midwest, but going to have to go out to Boulder in this one to take on Colorado. Colorado, they'll be without a couple of key players in this game. KJ Simpson, Javon Ruffin out of the lineup, it looks like. Now, there is a possibility. We're still, I think, waiting to see the status of Griffin, if I'm not mistaken. He's been sidelined, but his status could still be updated right now. They're both listed as out, but Simpson had mono. They said a reevaluation today. I haven't seen any news on that. So the status could just still be out because, that's what the status that you get. But still, 2 key players possibly out here for Colorado, who lost to UCLA 80-69 in the Pac-12 tournament. They did beat Washington 74-68 to pick up 1 win in the conference tournament. They're a pretty good offensive rebounding team, but I think really here, when you have teams that are missing personnel, Seton Hall could be without Kadari Richmond and Trey Jackson. I think that affects more on the defensive end. This total's dropped 3 points, and I still think that there's some scorers in this game. These teams kind of rely on their defensive abilities, or their defenses anyway. But you do have Colorado, Tristan Da Silva, a 40% shooter from 3-point range, averaging 16 points a game. And Seton Hall, their senior-led team with Alamir Davies, the former Clemson player, came over to Seton Hall this year to be with Holloway in his first year with the Pirates. Also, Dre Davis, I think, can step up his scoring here for a Seton Hall team that averaged 70 points a game this season. Mindy and I talked about the game on the morning steam. We agreed Seton Hall had a great chance here to cover. I basically based it on the fact that, Colorado's missing probably 2 of its top 4 players in Simpson and Ruffin. You could argue maybe the top 3 players in the game. Seton Hall, they did struggle down the stretch, no doubt about it. Lost 4 of 5, including blowing that lead to DePaul. That was not a good sign at all. They should have easily beaten DePaul, but DePaul finished kind of, with that game. Good job by them. Seton Hall, though, they did play a little bit better on the road. Some of those late struggles came at home. Seton Hall went 5-2 straight up and 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 road games. They also went over in 4 straight games off of a straight up loss. I'm going to take over in this game, Tony, 135, just on that drop and the fact that I would think that maybe Seton Hall, I do think they can stay within this number, but I do worry a little bit defensively with them because of playing in Boulder and what's it going to be like in the last 10 minutes of the game for a Seton Hall team. One thing about the conference teams that come into Colorado, usually as you gain experience, you have made a trip or 2 into Colorado, get a feel for that thin air, but it'll be a shock to many of the Pirates, I would think, in this game. Once the game gets started and everybody gets a little winded, I think it might affect you on the defensive end. I'm going to go over in this one, 135, with Colorado and Seton Hall, and I would broad brush it even in the NIT. Defensive intensity, I don't think, will be there for most of the clubs. You'd rather get out and run a little bit. There won't be that pound the floor, crackdown defense, I think, in the NIT tournament like you would see with the intensity of an elimination game in the big tournament, for example, or even in conference season or conference tournaments, quite frankly. I'm going to basically put this one, Tony, on philosophy here, going over the total of 135 tonight with the Hall and Buffaloes.
All right, Ramon says go over the total here, over 135 here with Seton Hall in Colorado. It's a long trip here for Seton Hall, as Ramon was mentioning here. The elevation is something they're going to have to deal with. It's not an easy spot here for Seton Hall. I looked at it and I said, it was funny. The line provider, obviously lists Seton Hall as a home team. They are not. They're the road team. Was this originally? Sometimes we see this in the NIT, where sometimes the better seed has to travel because maybe the arena wasn't available. Situations like that.
No, but there are two games like that, Tony. I believe within the next day or two. I don't know if I have it here necessarily. Maybe I can cover it later. But there are two games where that is indeed the case. Yeah, in fact, I believe it's Youngstown and Oklahoma State, Santa Clara and Sam Houston. I'm not quite sure. I'm going a little bit off memory and seeing my schedule over here. But obviously two teams that finished below where they might have expected themselves. Remember, Colorado, they scored 100 points on Texas A&M early in the season. They also had some other big offensive performances at home in the preseason, and conference play kind of tailed off a little bit. So I don't know. I agree with you there, though, no doubt. I mean, Seton Hall, look, Mindy and I went with them. I think they can stay within this one just because I don't think there's a strong propensity to get a blowout here necessarily. And it's interesting the way coaches kind of attack these matchups too. I talk about some of the players that are out, and a lot of times, coaches that know they're going to be around. Holloway certainly will still be around. It's just his first year after that tournament run he had last season, and then came over to Seton Hall. But maybe sometimes you throw the older players out there for token minutes, give them a little handshake, and put them on the bench. Get your young players out there a little bit, kind of using this as a workout to see what you got. See what kind of mixtures you got with lineups for next season, who might be increasing their minutes as they come into next season. So that's a little bit of philosophy there that some of the coaches might subscribe to as well here in this one. And I don't know, Davies and Davis of Seton Hall are both senior players, so I'm just not sure where Holloway will stand with his star players in this one. I just think that the defensive intensity will not be there here, and that's how it'll roll tonight in Boulder.
Yeah, also add the coaching intensity. I bring this up because of the climate today. This is a tournament these teams don't want to be in. And of course, now you're dealing with another factor, the transfer portal, where coaches really don't go on vacation when the season's over. They're working the phones, trying to work the portal. There may be players exiting the team. We're not getting those releases. Haven't searched them, because sometimes we get these players announce they're going to transfer to put their name out there in the public. I would expect I don't know if this impacts any of these teams, but these coaches are really hard at work now, trying to work their rosters for next season, knowing they'll be back next year. And of course, working that transfer portal, that seems to be the big focus now for these assistants, these head coaches, once we get into postseason play. Even for teams we saw in college football who were in bowls, they were still working the transfer portal as they're trying to get their teams ready for bowl. But a situation like this, you got to wonder how deep do you really want to go when you got to try to work your roster for next season with this wildness of the transfer portal.
Yeah, I mentioned, how Holloway will work with Dawes and Davis, but for Boyle, I guess he's still going to be around next year. He's been there a decade now at Colorado. I know that they would expect a little bit more, but they finished 8th in the Pac-12. I don't think that Colorado will necessarily make a move in basketball at the coaching level, but another year goes by for Colorado. Boyle's been there at least 10 years. I want to say more than 10 years now at the helm of the Buffaloes. So he doesn't have as many options tonight. If indeed Simpson is going to be out again, and Ruffin, it definitely looks like he's out. So we'll just have to see how that rolls in this one. And I don't want to necessarily, because there are some games out there that certainly in today's card in the NIT that I think will be under games, but in general. I've just bumped my numbers up a little bit just based on that philosophy that the NIT is not as much, the intensity just not there for the clubs.
Not at all. Okay, Ramon here on Seton Hall on Colorado here going over the total here of 135. This is a late night game here, 11 p.m. Eastern time is going to be the start time. That's an interesting note there too. All right, Ramon, let's take a look over at TonySpicks.com for today's action. Of course, showing great results here, 3,592 units of profit from Ramon over the last 30 days. That is all documented over at TonySpicks.com. You can verify that by going over to Ramon's handicapper page. You'll be able to see all the information there when you go to his page. All right, Ramon, what do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, Tony, tonight in the NBA, I have a 5-pack of winners for you. Grab this one for $35, 5-pack in the NBA over at Tony'sPicks.com. Make sure you use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20% off all of our premium pick packages. Also, Tony, I've got a 3-pack up there in college basketball, and these are all games in the NIT tonight. Maybe it's too close to call in some of those play-in games, but I am looking at one of the 2 games coming up here in just a moment. I may just make it my college. Well, I already have the best bet there in the NIT, but I do like one of the play-in games. I'm probably going to have to find a way to add this to the package still to move forward. So 5-pack in the NBA, 3-pack in the NIT, and I got that solo play right there in the NIT, and I'm going to add one more on one of the play-in games tonight from Dayton. So those are one of the packages that I'm focused in on. Also got one tennis play in there. One match is underway currently, but get rolling a little bit here with this as we get down to the final rounds out at Indian Wells. I definitely saw some matchups that I liked, and we had a good run to start there. A little beta testing with some of the results look good. So coming in with a little bit of tennis this week, as well as the college basketball is winded down a little bit, and I can kind of expand what else I'm doing. So the best thing is to hop on. There is the weekly 149. You get plenty of volume with me, probably a dozen plays a day at Tony'sPicks.com. So grab that package and use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Use save that 20%, and definitely look at those numbers, 3,500 over the last 30 days, and it's stretched even longer than that. We've been hanging around there around that number for the past I want to say 5 or 6 weeks. So also since the first of the year, showing big profit here on Tony's Picks. So grab those packages, those long-term. Make sure you get on all these plays. You're not going to make or break yourself even with just the short package. Yeah, you want to have some action. You want to make sure you got my solid opinions. Sure, grab a 5-pack in the NBA or whatnot, but why not roll with the weekly? Check it out. Find out why people are signing up with that package, because all of our picks are documented here at Tony's Picks. You look at the handicapper profile page at the bottom. All the results are listed. We're third-party graded on all those picks. We just enter them in against 2 of the toughest lines in the sportsbook world, and then they just go in like their bets kind of, and they're graded as such. So keep checking out the results. If you're not sure, just follow me. Go on to Tony's Picks and check out every day. You can almost see patterns. I mean, I want you to buy the picks, but you could see what I'm up to. You could see how I'm kind of handicapping these games a little bit sometimes. I'm not always chasing the steam. People, think I'm out there just laying these favorites. That's not the case. I mean, I'm an underdog and I'm an under kind of guy, but you got to pick your spots. And if you just follow along with those results, you'll see the winners, right? I mean, we're here just trying to, 6 out of 10, that's Hall of Fame, really. And, we're almost there right now. It's been a solid 57, 58% here on the site for me since the start of the year. They talk about, cracking 52.38 just to make a profit. We're in that zone where, you do it for a living, 56, 57, 58%. If you follow these plays, you can take some time off, have a little vacation time. I don't take vacations, but you can. And take my picks over at Tony'sPicks.com.
That's right, guys. Got on board with Ramon Scott over at Tony's Picks. Flash the numbers up again. Been outstanding here. 3,519 units of profit last 30 days. All document over at the site. So go ahead and get on board. That promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save 20% off that the price. Ramon in action today, as we said, a 3-pack here from the NIT. Also college from the NBA, a 5-pack as well. NIT discount, best bet $15 is up on the board right now. So get on board with Ramon instead of buying these plays individually. You want to get the 1-week pass. That will take you all the way through the playing rounds. Round of 64, round of 32 will take you to the time when they knock this tournament down to 16 teams with that 1-week pass, that 7-day pass, a fantastic value right now. Get on board, use the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. Of course, you can also take advantage of that. Also, Ramon will include all his plays here from NBA, NHL, as well as any late steam he may post up there. Again, each capper, they get their plays in by 11 a.m. Eastern time. Then if they put in a play late, between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time, that late steam play will be emailed directly to your inbox. That is part of the 7-day pass. And any of the long-term passes you purchase will include any late steam releases by the cappers. So that's a big benefit for you as well. So make sure you get on board. Use that promo code PICK at checkout. Ramon also in peripheral sports. UFC card on the weekend. He's in action there as well. So that will be included. If he's checking out the tennis up here in the desert of Southern California, then that will be also part of it as well. So just keep an eye. Also, World Baseball Classics going on. He has posted some premium plays there as well. So again, a lot going on. Promo code PICK, save the 20% off, and go ahead and get signed up with Ramon. All right, Ramon, lots going on over at the site. We've seen the Twitter account set up. We put our foot up someone's behind to get this stuff done, as well as getting the you guys up on Twitter, Discord, and of course the morning steam.
Yes, sweat along with Ramon if you'd like this afternoon. We're in premium action in the World Baseball Classic as we speak. We have Canada as a favorite here against Colombia, so check out the World Baseball Classic action underway. Venezuela already beat Nicaragua 4-1 in early action there, so Venezuela keeps rolling right now. Tony, got a play tonight on social media. Check it out. And also at Tony's Picks Ramon. Get free picks from the crew at Tony's Picks. Check out my embedded videos as well here on the website. I've got the sponsored play of the day coming to you in the NIT in the game between Southern Miss and UAB. Also check out the leaderboard videos where I talk about the hot handicappers at Tony'sPicks.com. My leaderboard play today comes to you in the game between Bradley and Wisconsin. More NIT action. Those videos are embedded here on the Tony'sPicks.com website, and the leaderboard videos also on the Tony'sPicks.com Tony's Picks YouTube channel. So get a couple more free winners from me on video on Tony's Picks YouTube channel. So don't forget our show. We'll be back tomorrow, more morning steam for Wednesday with Mindy and I, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, and 8 Central. And also, we'll be here on Thursday and Friday, of course, for NCAA first round action as we get through those 2 days. But we're going to have a special show on Friday, I guess, over the next 2 weeks until we get out of these, get out of the Sweet 16 and get down to the Final Four in college basketball. But we got a long way to go from there. We're just starting tonight. Get rid of a couple of these teams in the play-in round and get on with it. So should be a great couple of weeks here with the NCAA tournament. You said it, Tony. Anybody can win it. So I'll hold you to that. I don't want to see your brackets. I don't want to, say who you might have in there, but who knows? Maybe you got some of these long shot seeds in there. Who knows, Tony? But everyone can head on over to our website, and in that Discord as well, we want everybody to head into this Discord. We got little surprises for you with our bracket challenge. So get involved with us over at Tony'sPicks.com, a great community of like-minded sports bettors.
That's right, guys. Check out the Discord. Lots going on over there. Get your brackets in, and of course, the morning steam. You want to guys tune into the show here at on the YouTube channel here at 9 a.m. Eastern time. It's going to be a little different. We're going to have a Friday show here. It's usually Saturdays through Thursday, but we will have a Friday show here the next 2 Fridays with the NCAA tournament going on. All right, Ramon, as always, we're having the show. Continue that success, and we'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Thank you, sir. See you then.
You got Ramon Scott here on Game Day Picks. Guys, we're with you here at Game Day Picks Monday through Friday here at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications. We want you guys to be live with us. Get the plays in real time so you can also get the, participate in our chat, right? You want to participate in chat? We shout out there to Latifa in the chat room as well. TM Major is in here as well. Mindy as well. So I appreciate everyone's contributions in the chat room today here on our show. All right, let's continue on here with the Game Day Picks. It is now time for my play. We're going to the NBA tonight as we have Denver take on Toronto here. Toronto still holding a 1-point favorite here. Total sits here at 227. And in this game, I'm going to be on this home team, Toronto Raptors here. And it's a short line here at -1. It's always tough to go up against Denver, but I think Denver's on a little bit of a down cycle right now defensively. And we've seen them, Denver's had their issues in the past on the road. And I do believe here in this situation, I'm going to be looking here at basically Toronto's home form, right? This is a team that's going to be at home a lot. I believe they're at home for the next 7 of their past 8 games are going to be at home. So they're going to have a lot of home cooking. They just completed a long road trip. And sometimes when we see teams on the road a lot, we forget about their home form. And sometimes the home can be a little different for these teams. And of course, Denver has put up a few stinkers of late. Before they left for this road trip, they had a bad loss, and then they just dropped one recently here. And of course, I'll look at here at the numbers here from this Nuggets side. It's really the concern I have for them is a bit of the defense from this Denver Nuggets this year. Murray is the question mark here for the Denver Nuggets, the guard, whether or not he'll play. That's still in question as we're still several hours before game time in this one. Of course, Denver dropping that game there to Brooklyn. It was a bad third quarter for them. Looking at the Raptors here, they have won 5 of their past 6 at home, which is a positive, and they have a plus 4.8 net rating. Now they're giving up just 110 points per 100 possessions. And of course, as I mentioned to you before, this Nuggets defensive form is the big concern here. Looking here at the Denver Nuggets, they have split their past. They're just 4-4 in their past 8 road games, and they have a minus 2.9 net rating. They're just scoring just 122 points per 100 possessions. But again, it has been some issues here. We've seen them on the road here with the defense here, and they allowed 50% shooting to Brooklyn in that loss. And let's take a look here at the injury report, see if we have any updates here on some of the statuses here for these players tonight in this one between Denver and the Brooklyn Nets, to see if anything is updated here. We're still showing here Banton doubtful here for Toronto Raptors. Murray still questionable. Gillespie is questionable. Najee is out, I should say. Gillespie out as well. So Murray is still the question mark tonight. But we got Van Fleet, Anunoby, Barnes, Siakam, and Poeltl in there for Toronto. We got their starting 5. So I'm very comfortable with that. OG in the lineup. So they're at home, and I'll take them here, laying the points. All right, guys, check out Tony'sPicks.com tonight. I've got a best bet here from the NBA going on right now. Also, I have plays here from college basketball. I have a 3-pack from the NIT, so go ahead and get on board with that with my 3-pack. And of course, remember that promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save 20% off. And of course, you can get my long-term pass. You want the 7-day pass? That'll get you all of my action for the first up until the Sweet 16 round. Right? We'll whittle down this tournament to 16 teams with my 7-day all sports pass. So go ahead and get on board with it. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. If you want my entire tournament, then get the 30-day pass. You get all my NCAA tournament picks, as well as the minor tournaments, NBA, and of course the first 2 weeks of baseball. As baseball is just 2 weeks and a couple of days away, right? We're going to start here in the end of March, so we're not too far away here from the start of baseball. Keeping an eye on this spring training to see how this rolls. I like to see how the pitchers perform with this pitch count as they go deeper into games, to see how well. We'll see what type of a conditioning, how they condition their bodies, and if they really do those, how hard they work between starts. That's going to be really key here as far as that goes here on the pitchers. But still no changes here on the other than what I read to you guys on the injury report here tonight between Toronto here and the Denver Nuggets. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get to the recap. Mindy was on Bradley, Wisconsin, over 127. That was Mindy and Ramon. Mindy on that game. Ramon here was on Seton Hall, Colorado, over 135. And I will be here on the Raptors, laying the one here against the Denver Nuggets. All right, that's going to do it here for this edition of Game Day Picks, guys. Be sure to tune in again tomorrow live here at 3 Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers here from Tony's Picks, and we'll got the place for you live here on the show at 3 Eastern Time. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, set those notifications. We want you guys to be live with us to get the plays in real time. That's always the best way to do it here, is do the subscribe button. All right, that's going to do it for our show. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us. Quick shout out to the chat room, and we'll be back here again. Make sure to check into that morning steam tomorrow. We'll be live tomorrow here with that steam show, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And don't forget the Friday show as well here. They're going to be off on Monday this week. They'll be here for the Friday as well as the following Friday as well for the Elite 8. So be sure to tune in to the morning steam and take note to that there will be a show here on Friday. All right, that's going to do it for us, guys. We're going to go and wait goodbye to you guys. You guys have a great afternoon. Make it a great evening. Make it a winning one. And we'll catch up with you guys again here tomorrow here on Game Day Picks.